Welcome back to day 7 of the Vision Casting video series. My name is Melissa Clark. I'm a wife, mom, counselor, vision caster. And today we're going to talk about what to do when you're tired, depleted, and drained. So you might be wondering, why am I in Rome, Italy, talking to you about vision? Well, it's kind of funny. I call it a shower idea because I had written a book several years ago, and whenever I went to try and get it published, I received initially some very positive feedback, only to then get really a series of rejections. And so after rejection after rejection after rejection, I finally kind of put the vision casting book on the shelf, so to speak. And really I was kind of hurt and frustrated, really frustrated at God, frustrated that I felt like God gave me this dream, but it didn't really turn out the way that I thought that it would. And then I had this shower idea of kind of bringing vision casting back to life through a video series in Rome, Italy. I know it's kind of random, but that's really the way God works. And so here I am, bringing a book back to life that I wrote several years ago after facing a lot of rejection, and I wanted to do something really new and innovative, which is giving away free content through video and resources online. So I really encountered a lot of delays and setbacks with this dream. I really felt like God gave me this dream of writing a book, and then presto changeo, I would have this book. I didn't think I would become a New York Times best-selling author, but I really felt like the book was going to have some kind of success to it because it was a God-inspired idea. So recently my pastor talked to us about fruit flies and elephants. You may be wondering what these two things have in common. Well, they both come to life. Now here's the thing, a fruit fly, the gestation is only a few weeks, whereas for an elephant, the gestation is 22 months. For many of us, we have elephant-sized dreams, but we want it to happen in a fruit fly timeline, weeks, whereas it really needs to take months or even years. So today we're going to talk about expecting delays. So what happens when the God-given vision for your life doesn't happen on your timeline, just like me, or it doesn't happen at all? So I wanted to discuss with you realistic expectations when it comes to creating a vision for your life. Because this road is filled with twists and turns, but many times this is actually how God shapes and molds our character. So as a child, my family drove from Texas to California. It's a brutal drive. It takes about 24 hours. And if you're not familiar with Dallas, it's a very flat place. And so I remember whenever we would see those majestic mountains of Colorado, I would think, are we almost there? Are we almost there yet? You know what I mean? And then after a few hours of still driving and no mountains, I would think, are we there yet? The mountains seemed just to stay in their place, even though we had been driving for hours. When you're in the valley, the mountains you want to conquer may seem frustratingly near, yet still unreachable. You may be able to see the beginning of your vision clearly, but the more you reach for it, the more it seems to pull away from you. When waiting in the valley, your perspective is skewed, just like me whenever I was driving to California. My perspective was skewed. And the only way you want to get from there to here is time and perseverance. You have to safeguard and protect your vision whenever you are traveling to where you want to go. It's so tempting to let fear and worry set in. It may sound something like this. What if I never reach it? What if I can't do it? Who am I kidding? I'm never gonna make it. These are some of the very real thoughts that I thought whenever writing vision casting. Doubt and discouragement are vision killers. Instead of focusing on where you're going, you look down at your circumstances. Instead of faith, you fill your mind with fear. Fear paralyzes. It stops you cold in your tracks. But fear isn't from God. The Bible tells us 366 times something about fear, because God wants us to know not to be afraid. Stepping out is one of the scariest things you can do. So I remember whenever I posted on Facebook about wanting to write this book called Vision Casting, how scared I was. Because what if I didn't do it? What if it didn't work out the way that I thought that it would? And here's the thing, it didn't. In a very real way, I kind of failed. It didn't work out the way that I thought that it would. But that failure actually set the course for something even better and what I'm hoping to be even more powerful and helpful to others. So stepping out in faith is scary. Staying on course when things aren't going your way, when you're facing setbacks, is even scarier. When you cast your vision, you begin to walk by faith and not by sight. So come prepared to face delays. Delays will happen. Although frustrating, the delay actually cultivates greater character and resources. The bigger the vision, the greater the delay. So instead of worrying, pray. Be specific about your prayers. Instead of worry, worship. When you worship God, you literally change the atmosphere of your heart and mind. Our minds were made to worship God. Our minds weren't made to live in fear. So let's kind of practice this. I want you to see the difference of worry versus worship. So take a moment and tell yourself, what if I never do that? What if I can't do it? What if I fail? How do you feel? I don't know about you, but I feel a tightness in my chest. I feel a little tense. And I feel stuck and powerless. And when you feel that way, do you feel more likely to accomplish your dreams and go after things? Probably not. Now take a moment to give praise to God, telling Him how good He is, how faithful He is, how you can trust Him. Give your fears to Him. Now how do you feel? When I do this, the fog of fear lifts and I begin to feel peace, real peace, a peace that passes all understanding. Remember, how you think matters. When you change the way you think, your mind will transform and so will your life. So this journey isn't quick or easy, but it is so worth it. Thank you so much for tuning in over the past 7 days. If you missed a day, no worries. Just go online and fill in where the days that you have missed. Be sure to connect through social media, my blog, or email. I would love to hear about your journey. So give me an update of where are you going? What challenges are you facing? I would love to hear about your journey and your discovery. Be sure to pass this on to your friends and family because we all want to know that our life matters and to live with greater purpose. Thank you so much. Blessings to you.